Welcome back here to Wildcat 91.9. My name is Kolby Van Camp. I'm the executive sports producer, and I'm here with none other than Coach Jerome Tang of Kansas State men's basketball. Coach, I appreciate you taking the time out of today to do this with me.
No problem. Thank you for coming by to see me. I'm excited. I loved your call at the end of the game.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of moment. So
well, I hope not.
Yeah, well, there we go. I hope not either. So I'm just going to ask you a couple questions about the Kansas game. But first of all, I was curious about what in your mind was the defining moment of the game for your guys. Was it the overtime, or was it maybe Bill Self taking a timeout? Or where did that land for you?
I thought at the end of regulation, when the score was tied, and we were able to not just get a stop, but stop them from getting a shot. You know, I mean, over the history of that program, they've been known to be in big moments like that, and just players just make big time plays. And for our guys to come up with that stop at the end there, it just said a lot about our resolve and our toughness.
Most definitely. The defense was extremely impressive because Kansas is known for getting those shots off either at the end of regulation or at the end of overtime, and you denied them on both. So
yes.
That was very special.
Yep.
So Kansas came out and they guarded Marquise very heavily. Was that an anticipation? Did you, in the chess match of coaching, did you think that was going to happen? Or was that something that perhaps caught your coaching philosophy and staff a little bit off guard with how heavily they took him out of the game at first?
No, we fully expected that to happen. You know, the 3 games before that, both Texas and Baylor played a triangle in 2. You know, and we knew that TCU denied him the ball some, and so we expected that to happen.
Sure. So because they took him out of the game plan a little bit, that allowed for guys like Keontae and Naquan and Desi to step up and have some really big games. What in the way that Kansas defended Marquise allowed for the complexity of the game to change in that way?
No, I think you have to, like, when you say that they took Keith out the game, they might have like limited his ability to get shots, but they didn't limit his ability to make plays, nor to manage the game.
Sure.
And I thought it was his best point guard game, floor general game of the year, in how he managed both in transition and just getting the ball moving and moving himself and helping his teammates in that area. Now, whenever you try to take something away, in order to do that, you have to give up something. And that's with every defense. You know, there's something going to be give up. You're going to give up something, and you just have to decide as a staff, is what you're giving up going to be enough for the other team to beat you? And they felt like that it wasn't, and we did something different defensively that we felt wouldn't either, like, and because we gave up some things because we was taking away something.
Sure. And
so it's just the course of the game, and you move pieces around, and Coach Self is really good at doing that, and I thought our staff did a great job of matching or also being on top of it.
So to go along with that, what was the coaching philosophy around putting Marquise on Grady Dick when there's almost a foot of height difference there? I mean, it paid dividends. He played incredible defense and really limited Grady's ability to shoot the ball. But what was something that you saw on tape there that made that decision acceptable for you guys?
I just, over my years, I found that taller guards sometimes struggle with. They don't struggle with length as much as they struggle with speed and quickness. And so it was just, a thought as a staff. And it was a calculated risk, because then they could have posted it more. And lucky for us, they didn't. And so it worked out.
Awesome. So if you were going to look back on the way that you call your timeouts, I think it's very interesting that you as a coach pull aside all of your coaching staff on longer timeouts, the media timeouts, the full timeouts, and you have a little group with them while the guys take a break. I've been watching this and I've just been fascinated by it. And then after about a minute, you come over and then you coach those guys up. I haven't necessarily seen that all that much in college basketball, where the head coach says, all of my guys on me, You guys get a breather real fast, and then we'll come over and talk to you about it. I think that's incredible leadership. Can you explain to me your philosophy about that a little bit?
Well, I got great basketball minds on our bench, and they all are seeing different things. And you know, it doesn't matter like what I think. It matters what's best. And so we try to find out what's best, what's the best information that the guys need, and what's the best adjustment that needs to be made, and then go in and relay it to the guys, the players, and our guys are older, so like they do a good job of talking to each other and getting their minds right, so that when I get in there, they're ready to receive what I have to say. But we just believe in each other as a staff, and at some point in time, we all give really good advice, and it's working out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it is. So my final question for you is, well, it's not so much a question, it was an observation. Probably my favorite part of the Kansas game was seeing you gotten fired up, you were ready to step out, and you were ready to talk to some of your guys, and one of your assistant coaches came over, and he gave you two of the most aggressive high fives I think I've ever seen. And I don't know if you remember that moment, but I was watching it from my vantage point, and I thought, that is the coolest thing. I wish I had somebody give me high fives like that when I needed a moment to get hyped up. So I just wanted to share that with you because I thought that was super fun.
Well, thank you. Like I said, we have a great staff with great basketball minds, but they're also great at reading people. And I think it might have been right before overtime.
Yeah.
And I think they probably I probably didn't have the right enough energy going into for what our guys needed, at that moment, because I was kind of upset that they didn't give us that call at the end of regulation.
Sure.
Right. And so we wanted to be really positive and tell the guys that we practiced for this, and my energy might not have been right. So whoever was there and gave me the high five might have been Jerome, that just he's really good at reading body language and energy, and just kind of changed my mindset. And well, it changed my energy going into the huddle. And so what I said in the huddle was a lot more fiery,
sure,
and a lot more positive. And so, I needed it at that time.
Well, it got me fired up. I was like, I want to forget overtime. I want another full half of basketball. I'm ready to call another half. Let's go. So if you had one final message for, I guess, all of our listeners and our viewers on Wildcat 91.9, what would you say to K-State Nation heading out of the KU game and into Texas Tech?
Well, we don't win that game if it wasn't for our fans and the energy that y'all brought. And you made it a very difficult environment for our opponents to function in. And so now you've told on yourself. You've told how great you can be, how loud you can be, how energetic you can be, and how much you can impact the game. And I always tell our guys, once you tell on yourself, then that's what I expect from you all the time. So we need the doom. We need the doom every night. And you've shown you can bring it, and we want it, and we showed we can compete at a high level, and I'm going to demand that of our guys, that they bring it for y'all. We just absolutely love the K-State family, and thankful that God brought us here.
Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
You've been viewing on Wildcat 91.9, new music now.